Well, this looks like a pretty smooth ride. But before you know it, things can get rough. Really rough. Today's story is about 4 of our companies that have shown remarkable agility in sensing and responding to the dramatically changing business environment. In fact, it is also the story of how these companies are endeavoring to turn adversity into opportunity. You can only respond if you can read the wind and detect warning signals early on. Remember, the Tata Business Excellence Model asks, how do you sense early indications of major shifts? And these companies did just that.
Well, we early sensed this as early as in October 2007. And it really took us some time to convince our people that, look, something is changing in this world. We first saw signals of capital, liquidity, and confidence, which are the 3 pillars of the financial system really taking a huge battering. Second, we also sensed that this was a special type of recession. It actually was a synchronized global recession.
In one of my visits to Hitachi Amsterdam, I found that in March 2008, they had already started feeling a little bit of a pinch of the subprime crisis, which had started affecting them in the European countries. When I came back to India, I sensitized my colleagues and also our dealer community and our vendor partners by warning them that, when America catches a cold, the whole world will sneeze.
For action planning to work, you need alignment. Senior leaders are expected to create an organizational bias for action, to reward and recognize contributions of the workforce, and align all their stakeholders to a common purpose.
One of the first actions was that we had to close the plants for extended lengths of time to bring the stock situations under control. And I must say that all the plants, all the unions responded very positively to this. Then we set up a cash management system, a kind of war room, where we started examining what can be done. What was important for us in this process was to make sure that we are not losing our people, the morale is not down, and everyone continues acting in a seamless manner as we go forward.
Getting this message across to different geographies, we operate in 4 continents, was a challenge. And we had to do it very, very quickly.
Third quarter results, when we projected to the fourth quarter, it was looking like we wouldn't achieve our targets. So on the 1st of January, we launched this program called My 2009 for Titan. Each employee, we asked him to get sales worth 2,000 rupees in a 90-day period, additional sales, whichever, selling to his friends, relatives, business associates, whoever, over a 90-day period of any product category, and save 9 rupees per day. Surprise of surprises, we exceeded our stretch target on profits. That particular program saved us 6 crores of 6.15 crores by way of cost, and some 4.5 crores by way of additional sales. And this is in addition to all our targeted sales. In April, we shared this prosperity because we had achieved our stretch targets. With the permission of the board, we were the first off the block to give our employees a 7.5% across the board increase and a 1 month's basic salary bonus.
We revised our business plan 7 times during the period end August to early December. Then we launched a couple of new schemes. One was FIRE, Focused Initiatives for Reduction of Expenses. A reduction of expenses in the area of fixed costs, we utilized learnings from deployment of another initiative called CRISP, which is Cost Reduction Initiatives for Sustained Profitability. Fixed costs which were growing at over 35% over the previous year. At the end of 2008-2009, came back to the same level as 2007, 2008. So with these, little drives and initiatives which got reviewed at every level, we were able to build these into our KRAs and actually to our final plans and deliver the results. In the quarter 3, 0809, Telcon incurred a huge loss, a massive loss. But by all these initiatives in quarter 4, we could turn around and finally end the year with a profit.
The call to action is quite clear. Watch the numbers closely, seek new business opportunities aggressively, and review company performance continuously. And this is not merely the task of the CEO or the CFO, but of the entire senior leadership team. In fact, of the entire organization.
I think probably we had our processes pretty strong over a period of time which has been developed. And alignment in the company was very good. The sense of purpose seemed clear everywhere. But the good news is that during all this time, our market share has consistently been climbing. So we have been able to do a few things much better than our competition also in the meantime. And this too without discounting the products. I think all the actions that we decided to get closer to the customer over the last 2 or 3 years seems to have helped us in all this process. And the dealers were very appreciative. And when the crisis and probably what was being done by the competition was to increase their primary sales to the dealers, not worrying so much about what's happening to the dealers' sales, etc. Whereas in our case, our dealer stocks month on month kept on continuously coming down. They are very appreciative, and I think that has helped us to build a long-term bonds also together along with them.
The entire program was so closely monitored. The review and tracking mechanism was really well done because every week we would sit across and review targets, the potential cash release targets, which were set against individual sites, for instance, whether it's Wyoming in USA or whether it's Babrala in India. What we did was to set up a dashboard where we could see potential cash release targets against each site, which was available on the dashboard on a weekly or fortnightly basis to see where we stand in respect of all the targets that we had set. These targets were very, very closely interwoven with the key result areas of the company. It was actually, we convinced people that, look, if we come out of this recession this year, and if you are really able to deliver on your cash and EBITDA targets, which will receive higher weightage than normal, and actually will have the maximum weightage during this year, then this company can really fly next year.
Processes that we had been developing all these years, and TBM certainly has been a mirror that tells us are we going in the right directions or not, has been that our processes, etc., have become much more mature. The balanced scorecard system with which we do the alignment in the organization, etc., have become much better. And also it tells us that balanced scorecard is not a document which is frozen in time, but it needs to be very agile, dynamic document. And as soon as you read the signals, you need to change your objectives also. And the moment you do that, you need to make sure that everyone is aligned down the line and everyone is able to react and move in the same direction that you want.
If you look at our Q1 results, we have already achieved about 60 crores improvement in EBITDA and approximately 300 crores in terms of additional cash.
A bend in the road is not the end of the road, unless you fail to make the turn. For many companies across the globe, the party seems to be over. But for many of our companies that have followed the Tata Business Excellence model in its true spirit, the party may have just begun.